This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2, Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It is, thank the Lord, it's Friday. Thank the Lord, it's Friday. Well, it's November 15th.
You got demoted.
No.
You got demoted.
Tori, she was kind of ready to say it. She was kind of ready to say it. Yeah, she was kind of clearing her throat.
Okay.
I had an Altoid still. I was trying to hide it.
Okay, there you go. I'm here with Al, Brandon, Lindsay, and I'm Tori. Let's get right to it. The impeachment hearing is happening live as we speak, and the former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, I want you to know this name, Marie Yovanovitch, is testifying. This is a live look. Here we go. Just so you can see, that is Marie, Ambassador Yovanovitch. So far, I want you to know that the biggest headline to emerge is this moment, when Yovanovitch describes how she feels about the president attacking her. Take a look.
It didn't sound good. It sounded like a threat.
Did you feel threatened?
I did.
I want to let you know, Ambassador, that some of us here take witness intimidation very, very seriously.
Huge moment, guys, huge moment. Not only did he speak about her to the Ukraine president, he's tweeting at her now. And in the middle of the hearings, this is like the most meta thing ever, she was asked about him tweeting at her in the hearings. And she says she feels intimidated. She's a witness. She has every right. She had to take a plane right out of Ukraine because she felt threatened, her family as well. How do you guys make of this story?
Well, I think this is a woman who served for both Democrats and Republicans for more than 30 years. And so I think the way she was ousted, you know, anybody would look at that and want to understand why. But you also have to understand that ambassadors and diplomats serve the president. And so they get let go for a variety of reasons. So if she didn't feel like it was okay, you know, I don't know that the Ukraine president, Trump said, told him things about her that he didn't like what she was doing over there. So that's the president's argument. He also said there was no quid pro quo, according to Trump, in their conversation. So, you know, this is the Ukraine president saying these things. We have two sides of the story.
But even
I thought ambassadors served the country.
They do serve at the pleasure of the
president.
president, but the Senate has to advise and confirm and consent to them. Now, he can fire at will, and what he said to the Ukraine president was, she's bad news. Now, many people took that as a threat, and also that she wouldn't go along with the bribery and the extortion that we're now dealing with. And she was left on the next plane for fear of her life. So I feel we should listen to her very seriously because she's such a public servant. What do you guys feel?
I can't believe we're here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You know, I honestly can't believe we're here. Lindsay, I look at you, and I know you have such a unique perspective, and you're so thoughtful, but I see even you struggling, and I think we all are, to try and make sense of this.
I think that everybody watching this was saying we have to have some kind of empathy for this woman saying she feels threatened. She has the right to give her testimony. So I think that right now we can just let this all play out and just see what happens.
But how do you feel about Trump tweeting her right now?
That's what I was about to get to, Tori.
Like what?
I mean,
right now he's tweeting.
That's what the mafia does.
Yeah.
That's what Biggie had a line in one of his old raps. He says, note for the plaintiff, your daughter's tied up in a Brooklyn basement.
Yeah.
He says that because he's saying that's how drug dealers never get caught. It's neighborhood intimidation.
Right.
When you go to canvass a neighborhood, nobody saw anything because they know what's going to happen. Yeah. This is the exact same principle playing out on a national stage.
And on a bigger platform.
And yesterday we said, why is he not watching? Today, obviously, he is watching, and so this is his best way of defense.
I don't think it's a good one. I think it's a crime. Also, just so you know, breaking news, Roger Stone was found guilty on all counts. You can read that Trump is also tweeting about that, about crooked Hillary. So take a look at that. All right, guys.
Wait, hold on, Tori. Did I just work in a Biggie Smalls reference?
You did.
Yes, you did.
Round of applause, guys.
Ambassador of the Ukraine, and no one said, "Are you not entertained?"
They're very good. Very good, Al. Very proud of you. This is such a tight outfit. Okay, here we go. Thursday night football. I don't know if you watched, but I didn't. But this made big headlines everywhere, but not for a good reason. It's all because of what happened here. Take a look at your screen when a Cleveland Brown. He takes the helmet off.
He's being attacked.
No,
that's not good.
Smashes it on the Steelers quarterback and hits him on the head with his own helmet. Here it is from a different angle. Steelers quarterback. There it is.
Yeah.
That's his own helmet. Okay. Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph is okay, but Garrett has now been suspended without pay. Breaking news for the remainder of the 2019 season. I want to go straight to my NFL player here.
Me?
Is this? It's not you, Al, at all.
He paid for a little bit.
Is this straight up assault? Can he be charged with a crime?
This is assault, Tori, and I know I'm part of a brotherhood. I'm part of a fraternity, and you never want to turn your back on one of your brothers, you know, even though I've been out the league for quite some time now. But I like to break it down into three things. When there become hockey or baseball, there are fights, on the field fights, there are brawls, and then there's straight up assault. What we just saw just now, Al, and I understand that you are a diehard Cleveland Browns fan, but this puts a stain on your community. This puts a stain on your organization, because that right there was flat out assault, and there's no place in football for that right there.
I agree. Now, also, the Browns quarterback said at the end of the game it was inexcusable behavior. So even your quarterback's not sticking up.
And that's
for you.
your in-house brother saying that. So when you get thrown under the bus by someone in-house that you're going to have to see again, you know, because you play for the same team, then that's one thing. And I want to ask DBL Nation, because we always talk about violence in sports. We talk about, the concussions and all that. But DBL Nation, do you feel as though this man should be charged?
Yeah, I'm interested to hear.
I'm not going to sit up here and defend what he did. Obviously, I'm a diehard Browns fan. That has nothing to do with this story. What I will say is I just think it's a little bit hypocritical of all human beings that when something like this happens on a football field, everybody all of a sudden is like a housewife from the 1950s that just saw a mouse run across the kitchen. Everybody's that hand on the forehead. I'm like, listen, we all sign up to watch men fight in cages.
Yeah, but this
let me finish. We sign up to watch men hit each other in the head with boxing gloves, where we know that everybody leaving that ring is a lesser person than when they walked in there. We, since the Roman times, we have signed up to watch violence, whether it's the Coliseum or it's the Pepsi Center. So I'm not saying that's correct, but just don't sit up here and act like I can't believe that happened.
But Al, there's
the NFL used to have segments called Jack.
They're supposed to wear helmets. That guy took that guy's helmet off and smashed it across his bare head. That changes it.
And they also lied to these players about what concussions did until about 5 minutes ago.
How is that relevant to this guy assaulting
Because they clearly didn't care that much about the violence, as these players were killing themselves after. I'm just saying, let's not be hypocritical about what we saw in that field.
If we're talking about boxing and UFC, we're going to go see two people fight hand to hand. If I'm going to a football game, I'm going to go see passes thrown, catches thrown,
That's why people go to see passes thrown.
All right, let's see. DBL Nation.
Brandon, I'm going to get you in the break.
All right, let's talk about it in the break. All right,
like a true Browns fan. Leave your helmet at home, bruh.
You may not be able to see Taylor Swift perform some of her greatest hits like Shake It Off or even my favorite. God. On social media saying, quote, Scott Borchetta and Scooter Braun have now said that I'm not allowed to perform my old songs on television because they claim that would be re-recording my music before I'm allowed to next year. The message being sent to me is very clear. Basically, be a good little girl and shut up, or you'll be punished. Now, Taylor also asked fans to get involved, basically cyberbullying them or going after Scooter Braun's clients. Meantime, Taylor's former label Big Machine has responded, telling TMZ that T-Swift can 100% perform all of her catalog at the AMAs. So
this annoys me because it feels very calculated, right? We all know that this is a very calculated woman. And when we look at this and the way that she's interacting with them, she went public because she wasn't liking the results. We all work for a talk show, but we don't own our likeness while we're speaking on the show. If I go make a for-profit documentary, I can't then say I want to take this material and use it how I want for my own profit without signing a contract. That's the contract that you signed, girl.
And I know you're a big Taylor Swift fan, but what's the difference between what she's doing and what President Trump is doing? She's cyberbullying. She is using her followers and all to try and leverage Big Machine Records to try and let her have her music.
That's a good point.
I gotta be honest.
That's an interesting way to look at that.
And I gotta be honest, I don't like this post at all. I don't. And I have to be honest. Don't bully someone. And she always plays victim to these people.
Always.
And I'm concerned that she's stretching the truth. I love her, but to play the victim, to stretch the truth on these people, they have openly said, we're not holding you back. Maybe I'm wrong, but I see it that way.
And to double down on your point, Brandon, I'll just say we cannot sit here and be naive. When people have a large following, you can use that following to bully people. And I thought that was such a great point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, I completely agree. We want to know what you think. Some people are diehard Taylor Swift fans. I love her music, and if she is being told to shut up, I want justice, but I don't want the truth to be stretched.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
All right, well, DBL, we are live, and coming up, we're talking to Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. They reunite for the first time since Friends 20 years ago. What took so long? And you, the viewer, are our fifth host. Should high schools be giving birth control pills to students? It's a fiery debate that's got people on both sides heated. Your comments are coming up next.
This November, escape the winter with a luxury-included Caribbean vacation to Sandals Resorts. Watch Daily Blast Live every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL November 26th. Stop dreaming and start entering for your chance to win the trip of a lifetime.
Hi DBL Nation, happy Friday. We made it, you made it with us. We're happy you're here with us today. Let's go to the desk and continue the conversation on the Cleveland Browns situation. Hi everyone. We're going to continue the conversation on the Cleveland Browns because I know you guys had more to say about that.
I love what Al said about, he's calling people out about the hypocrisy of saying like, oh, why are we so appalled that this man did this? Because we go to these football matches and these boxing matches because we want to see blood, we want to see big hits. And he was referring to a segment called Jacked Up to where, they take the highlights of the biggest hits from the weekends. But you're talking about taking a man away from his family. You're talking about if that helmet would have connected.
But the NFL can do that by itself, though, Brandon. Really.
But that's between the game. If you're trying to catch a pass, it's my job to tackle you as hard as I can to dislodge you from catching dislodge you from the ball.
Line, and it was assault.
That was
absolutely. But spitting in somebody's face is assault. And if we're going to go back and retroactively get that, Bill Romanowski, what's up, Richie Incognito, who is a thug.
And still in this.
Thug is in the league. Richie Incognito is like an Italian hitman.
Yes.
And he's in the league.
With this, I felt a little...
What a great point with baseball. You are in baseball, the first guy up at the beginning of the inning, if there's a problem in the last inning, no, somebody's about to throw a baseball at their head at 100 miles an hour. Where's the issue with that? Hockey. What's up with that? There are guys on the team just to fight in hockey.
Yeah, but you sign up to fight in hockey. You don't sign up to take your helmet off and smash your helmet against your bare head.
He condemned it.
Fighting is not in the rules in hockey. It's allowed.
Yeah, it is.
Well, whatever common law they allow, and then the refs break it up. I'm saying in football, no one takes a helmet off to a bare head and smashes a projectile.
No, but in baseball, they throw a baseball at a bare head. So what's the difference?
And then they get in trouble, and you can be charged with assault.
They get in trouble for they might miss one game, if that.
Welcome back to DBL. A unanimous
I like what you
vote.
did with your hair just now.
Thanks. Does it look okay?
Looks great.
I'm going to get extensions. A unanimous vote by a Massachusetts school board is the topic of debate in today's fifth host. Some teens outside of the Boston area will eventually have access to birth control provided by their high school. This includes condoms, birth control pills, and emergency contraceptives. Now, a high pregnancy rate among students led to this controversial decision, and now some parents are outraged.
Looks like it's a little bit late to start having that talk at that picture.
Well, should high schools be allowed
7 months pregnant in that picture. It's like, let's talk about this in the laundry room.
Should we be allowed to offer birth control to students? Take it away, Lindsay.
Okay, Michelle from Facebook says, why not? A 12-year-old can make their own appointment to get birth control without parental consent. And I think that, parents probably, I'm not a parent, but I am assuming that parents struggle with finding out that their kids are sexually active. But I do know that at this school, there were 57 pregnant minors, according to the pediatric nurse practitioner, and 21 cases of STDs. So I would support this and say it's better to be safe than sorry.
All right. Greg from Facebook says, I am all for sex education, but giving my child birth control without my consent is not okay. I liken it, and Al, you have kids. I liken it to something as like you have to get a parental permission slip for field trips. I feel like this is something that you need to be transparent with these parents, because these kids are going to still be sexually active regardless if you give them the contraceptive or not. So I think it's something that maybe you should bring parents involved. I don't know.
I guess, but like, let's not forget about, like, I don't like to, we're in this 24-hour news cycle where we just get this goldfish memory in terms of what we've just talked about on this show.
Yeah.
Was it this week or last week, as I say, I can't remember, with T.I. saying that he still checks his daughter.
Week, yep.
Can she go get parental consent about birth control? He would lose his mind. And I think there's a lot more T.I. dads trying to do the right thing, but that would go ballistic than not. Yeah. So I don't know if, like, getting a consent to go on a field trip, we can't even decide if we want to give these kids Halloween candy. Yeah. So how are we going to decide on this? Peg from Facebook says, if the kids are having babies, they are having sex. Thank you. If they do not feel comfortable asking their parents for help, where should they go? Peg, I didn't even read your comment, but we're hanging out this weekend because I completely agree with you. You know, Peg, in an ideal world, there'd be an open line of communication between parents and sons and daughters, but that does not exist in every house for whatever reason, and these kids need an outlet, and a medical professional might be that.
Interesting. Well, Chris from Facebook says parents should be guiding their children's morals and values. Chris, the big word in there is should. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have different values and kids are already having sex. Did you say 57?
Yeah, 57 pregnant minors.
So that's 57 children that these people we've produced. I completely think you should have condoms available in the male bathrooms. For birth control, I think you might want to have to go to a nurse and talk to them, but I do believe in confidentiality as a HIPAA person to not have to talk to my parents about it. It's my body. If I'm having my period, I want to have some control over it. Go ahead.
All right, Mara from Twitter says, maybe condoms, but hormonal birth control has shown to cause complications and potentially breast cancer over prolonged use. And I think that's what you're talking about. I think you need to really understand with the birth control is a little bit different than just condoms.
I agree with that.
I think that they should probably give a sex education class first and then provide those.
I agree.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed. All right, well, coming up on DBL, a girl born without a left forearm or hand can now play the cello thanks to the help of her other students. How an engineering class banded together to build a prosthetic. And major star power on DBL when Erica chats with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon. They give us the inside scoop on their new series, The Morning Show, which is amazing. Coming up next.
DBL Nation, it is a beautiful day here in Zamunda, aka Daily Blast Live Studios. We had a sports topic in there, which I lobby for every day. But speaking of sports, let's trans over into fitness because, as you all know, we're embarking on a 12-week commit to be fit journey, and we want you all to join us. We love you, DBL Nation. So we want you two to be to commit to be fit and join us. We've partnered with trainer Emily Schramm. You remember her from when we did the 10-day challenge, which I should have won, but I lost out of technicalities. And today we want you to get to know her. Enjoy. I didn't know we were going to something. We're going to a clip.
Word of the day is getaway.
Welcome back to DBL. Superstar duo Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon star in the new drama, The Morning Show. The Apple TV series gives us an inside look at the cutthroat world of morning news while shining a light on the Me Too era. Well, co-host Erica Cobb caught up with Jennifer and Reese, I call them by their first name, on what it's like to work together again after 20 years on this Chatting with the Stars. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us on Daily Blast Live.
Thanks for having us.
Now, our boss used to executive produce Good Day LA for 17 years, and she says the morning show is beyond authentic.
Don't you ever question my integrity in my own house again.
So it begs the question, was there an inside source?
You know what, Erica? You'd think there was, but I gotta tell you, I think our writer is just a little bit psychic. Because honestly, we stopped filming in May. Stuff has come out in the last couple of months with Ronan's book.
But I will say that she did a ton of research of things that were already in the news. So there's a lot of very topical stuff.
But Reese, I have to ask you, I recently binged your talk show, Shine On, and tweeted you gratitude for this template on bravery.
Thank you.
Yes, telling women that the waters will be unpredictable, but worth it. Then you gift us with the role of Bradley Jackson. Now, if Bradley was a real person, why would she be so important in today's climate?
I think it's really this question of what is journalism and why is the press important? And we're seeing that every day play out on the news. When news outlets are really struggling to find the truth in all the noise and also being really taken to task over their politics and the way that they're treating men and women inside of their own industries.
Right. I really appreciate Bradley because she would fit in so well on our panel at Daily Blast Live. Just the idea of just that true confidence of truth telling and point of view. I'm obsessed with it. Now, Jennifer, viewers saw the Me Too era unfold in real time, so we feel like we're a part of it, and we trust you to take us through, and we believe you so much in this role. When filming, how many decisions were based upon news reports versus your artistic vision?
I mean, I think it was a melding of the two. The adrenaline was incredible, and it was also, I thought, written so beautifully, and I did feel, after watching God knows how many moments of this on actual television as we were watching it, you know, happen live, and also feel the pain of this person and the loss that they're experiencing in a small window of time that they have to digest the news, write out what they're going to say to America, and also to have to compartmentalize their own emotions about it. It was quite a task.
Now, we both played sisters on Friends almost 20 years ago. What took so long to work together again?
Waiting for the right thing to come
also,
along.
I don't know if you noticed, they didn't make a whole lot of movies with two girls.
Yes, that's so true.
Two women in them. So it took time for women to get to a place where we got to produce our own material with a lot of frequency and the budgets we need to bring a story like this to life.
Yeah.
This just wouldn't have been possible 7 years ago.
Well, we appreciate the reunion. Thank you so much, Jennifer and Reese. Thank you. Great job, Erica. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Happy holidays, Beauty Blasters. Yes, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Actually, it's not Christmas, is it? It kind of feels like Christmas, though. Yes, welcome back, by the way. I'm Jeray Banks, or at Jeray for the Slay. And today, we're talking about Oprah's favorite things. She just launched this list just last week, and it's been having me in the best holiday mood. Now, I'm typically a Scrooge, not gonna lie. I don't like Christmas until it's about Christmas time, but there's something about when Oprah does it that just makes you feel all cheery inside, you know? Now, I have a good list of 79 items that Oprah has put on her list of favorite things for 2019. Now, we know Oprah can be a little bit more bougie than the rest of us, but a lot of this list happens to be really affordable and things that are right off Amazon. Believe it or not, it's kind of crazy. I don't have to go to Sears this year. Thank goodness. Now, with that being said, I went through all 79 of these items and I saw about 5 or 6 things in the beauty world that I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a steal. So, thanks to TT Oprah, we have a couple of items that I think you guys should get too. Starting off with the House Laboratories lip set. Now, this is a 5-piece lip gloss set for $96, and it's real cute or whatever. I really like it. It's real pretty. If you really like Lady Gaga, you should get that lip set. Now, the next thing on that list is the Foot Nanny Hemp Extract foot set. Now, this guy is a great foot set for that working mom, that cousin, you know, your dad who's always working on cars, and he really needs to get his foot smooth. This is a 3-piece kit that will help to make sure that you can polish, manicure, and get your feet looking nice and pretty, kind of maybe like how Oprah does. Now, And number 3 on there is the Murphy & Daughters bath salt set. This is a beautiful and rich, luxurious bath salt set that is at the low, low price of $88. Now, Blend Smart Holiday Glow 4-piece kit was also on there. This was kind of steep at $136, not gonna lie. But it's 4 detachable blending makeup brushes that can actually blend for you as you're going around in circles. This is awesome. I thought it's really cool. The price point is at $136 though, so make sure that you have your coins in order before you purchase this. And last but not least, we have the Mini Luxe Polish Collection set, and this guy is at $99 for about a 6-piece set. So overall, TT Oprah, you out your mind, girl. I don't know if we can afford all these gifts and whatnot when there's plenty down the street, but you know what? At the same time, this is a great beauty set for that special person in your life. Maybe someone who really has been like on your heart and mind, or someone that just owes you, you know, that you really love or whatever. Anyways, make sure your coins are in line before you purchase these items, and make sure that you check out more Beauty Blast videos right down below, or follow me at Jeray for the Slay, and we'll see you guys next time.
This November, DBL is better than ever. Our DBL hosts get personal in a DBL Feud Showdown. Erica makes her music video debut.
You got it. Take a deep breath.
Let's do this.
Brandon gets emotional, paying it forward.
You don't want any family to go through that, you know?
And DBL gets fit in our weight loss challenge.
Are you sure you are ready for this?
Oh, yes, I am.
And that's just the beginning of what's happening on Daily Blast Live this November. We never stop talking about what you're talking about.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for the Superstar of the Week, or should I say this time, Superstars. I love that graphic. A group of Texas high school engineering students and a few caring teachers banded together to build a prosthetic arm for a middle schooler for a big dream. Kayla Arquetta was born without a left forearm and hand, and decided that despite obstacles, heck, she wanted to play the cello. Well, with the help of a 3D printer, the class began creating a design especially made for Kayla. Take a look.
I would like other students to know that life is challenging, but everyone's gonna love you for who you are.
Kayla said she's already made new friends in orchestra class who she says make her feel normal. And to be honest, when you have a disability, the word normal is everything. You just don't want to stand out.
I love when I see young kids like band together and do something like that. That's really important to do that at a young age.
Yeah, she's going to go on to do great things. A modern day songbird of our time.
Oh, I like it.
There we go.
3D printing is really going to change everything, isn't it? Good for her. Kayla and your students, fellow students, we love you. We'll see you Monday, same time, same place.